All right, now, talk about unaffordable. Why are Gen Zers so dour, depressed, and unemployed? That's the subject of the riff. There's a new Sage economic study that tears into Gen Zers and finds that they are dour and depressed and lazy. Consumer sentiment for the 18 to 34-year-olds is at the lowest level in at least 50 years. The youngest among us are supposed to be the most optimistic, but today's crowd is the most pessimistic. Maybe it's because they're indoctrinated in school to hate Donald Trump and love woke socialism. Whatever the reason, this crowd is going nowhere fast, especially the men. Jobless rate for Gen Z men is 9.1%. This is a very lonely crowd because women will not marry unemployed men. And by the way, unemployed men can't buy homes. Now, this doesn't exactly explain all the so-called unaffordability crisis, but it may well explain a good chunk of it. Now, perhaps I'm wrong about this, maybe putting too much attention on it, but too many of the Gen Z crowd were camp followers of Joe Biden and all the far-left socialists that have taken over the Democratic Party, including the woke culture, including the crazy Green New Deal nonsense, generally sharing a hostile view of free market capitalism, which is the greatest engine of economic growth and affordability ever found. Meanwhile, as the lefty media and their Democratic allies keep whipping up this affordability hysteria, the fact of the matter is it was Joe Biden's creation of unaffordability that led to Donald Trump's smashing victory a year ago. As J.D. Vance just pointed out, home prices basically doubled during the Biden years. The illegal migrant crisis had a lot to do with it, where 15 or so million illegals came into the country, and they bid up rental and home purchase prices. No areas of the country were prepared for this. Then there's the Biden regulatory obstacles that stop developers from building new private housing. The Greenies don't like private housing, they like public housing. And they use local zoning and permitting laws to stop private housing wherever possible. And of course, at the heart of the affordability crisis is the fact that Biden's big government socialism spends so much money with massive record peacetime budget deficits that were monetized by the Fed's printing press. They created a 9% peak inflation that cumulatively ran to over 20%. Nobody wanted to give up 3% COVID mortgages for Biden's 7 or 8% rates. So don't blame affordability on President Trump. So far, he's gotten the inflation rate down to about 2.5%. Mortgages are closing in on 6%. Drill Baby Drill has now got 28 states with below $3 gasoline, actually averaging about $2.80. Mr. Trump is right that the Walmart Thanksgiving meal is 25% cheaper this year, and with inflation declining and wage incomes rising by over 4%, working folks have recouped about a third of the Biden affordability loss. More to come, but a third. Meanwhile, the president and his senior people do need to fan out across the country and make the case. Because if they don't, all the Democrats want to do is sabotage the Trump boom any way they can. Already, there's signs of 4% economic growth, and a growthier economy is going to bring in higher incomes and more money in your pocket. Next year, refunds for individuals could be as much as $200 billion. But the point has to be made. Trump's administration has got to explain to people what precisely is in the one big, beautiful bill and how it is going to affect them positively and solve the affordability crisis and provide growth like you've never seen before. There's an economic boom out there. Gen Zers might think about diving into it for a change. That's the riff.